Hey guys, it's just Lee, half of my side of the bed, and I am bringing you my final video of the 5 C's of communication. Before I get into the fifth C, I want to extend an apology from Chris and myself because we have not put out my side of the bed video together in quite some time. We were supposed to do one last month and we failed. We failed, you guys. So we sincerely apologize for that. I'm not sure if you follow us individually, but Chris has been working on his trucking company and photography business, and I have dived into selling pure romance and also working on a consulting business. So we have been so focused on our individual projects that we have not come together to do a My Side of the Bed video in quite some time. So we're going to get back on track, and we are going to be more consistent of putting out our videos. We have some new topics coming up, very interesting topics. So we're going to, again, be a little bit more consistent on our videos with each other instead of working on our individual projects. So the final and fifth C, drum roll, is communication. The final C is actually communication. So communication is built on trust. We tend to communicate with our partners based on how we handle trust issues. What does trust mean to us individually? How do we actually trust people? That comes from our past experiences of trust. Trust evaporates so easily because, things that happened in the past, like, we were picked on in school, or because our fathers or our mothers were so critical of, our actions or things that we did. It could be because one of our best friends had an affair with our partner. Just, there's so many reasons as there are people in this world to be afraid of trusting someone else. So when we try to communicate with our spouse, we are. Sometimes. So the only way to solve this dilemma of trust and communication is to begin within ourselves. Do you know what you want? And then risk the communication of asking your spouse, your partner. Do you avoid taking on that responsibility for figuring out what it is you need or you want, and instead of asking them, you just, focus on them. You throw your communication out or whatever you needed to bring up just to focus on your partner or spouse, and you're just like, you know what, I'm not even going to talk about it, just because we're trying to avoid taking on that responsibility. So, if you want to communicate with your spouse, you have to communicate within yourself first. You must listen to who you are and what you want and not ignore it. It's easy for us to send our spouse or our partner a text message or talk to them over the phone when we have an issue because it's easy. We're going to avoid seeing the hurt. If it's some bad news, we're going to avoid seeing that hurt in their face or in their eyes, or we're not going to be face to face with them when to see their reaction. So we tend to cop out and keep things, superficial. We keep things a secret because we are afraid of their reaction. But all of those things, not being able to communicate with your spouse or your partner, sending those text messages or phone calls instead of being face to face with them, interrupts the connection that you are building with your spouse or your partner. So if you have an issue with your spouse or your partner, talk to them face to face. Open that communication up. Trust them to trust you with that. Okay? So I'm going to end with a quote that I thought was so good when it comes to communication. And that quote is, "The most important thing in communication is to hear what isn't being said." So the most important thing in communication is to hear what is not being said. There are a lot of things that people, and not just people, well, I'll talk about your spouse or your partner. There are a lot of things that your spouse or your partner is saying to you that they're actually not verbally saying, but their body language is telling you a different story. Their facial expressions, the eye contact, if they look away, or things like that. Pick up on things that they're not saying, and not just body language and things like that, but hear what the words that are coming out their mouths. But they could also have something that may be bothering them, something else that may be bothering them. For example, I watch Married to Medicine, and this was a couple seasons ago. One of the couples were having marital issues, and she kept saying something about, he don't take out the trash anymore, and I mean, she was giving like all these examples of why she was upset, and when he was trying to communicate that to the guys, and he said, she's mad because I don't take out the trash anymore, and they kind of like laugh. It was like, it's not because you're not taking out the trash anymore. Like, it is definitely something else. And come to find out, it was definitely some underlying things that had went on, that just wasn't at the surface of things. So if your spouse is mad because you're not taking out the trash, and it's like they're ready to get a divorce or break up with you because you're not taking the trash out, there's something else going on. So that quote, the most important thing in communication is to hear what isn't being said. So that is the wrap up of the 5 C's of communication. If you missed the other 4 C's, compassion, collaboration, curiosity, connection. If you missed those 4 videos, go back and check them out on our Instagram page under our IGTV, My Side of the Bed underscore, our Facebook page, My Side of the Bed. And you can also check it out on our YouTube channel, Chris and Leisha Hayes. If you go out there, don't forget to subscribe to our page. If there is a topic or a situation that you would like Chris and I to do in upcoming videos, please send us an email at samesheetsdifferentpillows@gmail.com. And until then, the next time you see me, I will have a partner sitting next to me. Tipsy Tommy will be next to me, and we will be doing a video for you guys. All right, talk to you later. Bye.